What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the changes that were made in the NBA this offseason with the All-Star game and with the new tanking rule of the lottery. Now, first we're going to talk about the All-Star game. One of the most defensive and most prideful things that you can ever sit there and see as far as an effort and standpoint of trying to defend and with such great teams and players. Well, as you might not have heard, there's been a few players that will not be in the All-Star game this year that were in the All-Star game for the Eastern Conference. So mostly I believe they've changed the rule due to the weaker Eastern Conference. And here's some of the reasons why. As I mentioned before, the main reason that it's going to be a major change is the losing of the All-Stars and great players in the Eastern Conference. If they've lost 3 starters from last year and 5 players all around. As you can see from the picture, I've scribbled out the people who are no longer going to be there, and Isaiah Thomas due to the fact he will be injured during the All-Star break most likely and will not receive All-Star voting. The All-Star game, was it fixed by changing up these rules and changing it to a more of a fashion where it's picking teams just like a regular day of basketball anywhere else? I don't think it is, because of the fact that the defense is so terrible. As you can see here, it's just laughable how bad the defense is, and really it's just people dunking all the time. Now, of course, lots of things with all-star games, you want to see sort of that spectacular play, but usually you're going to see that on a fast break that somebody's not going to really try to chase down like they would in a regular game. But when you're going one on the half-court set, you don't want to just see people go straight to the lane dunking and throwing up an alley-oop to each other just like it's anything. You want to see a little bit of effort. The reason why they're going to be changing these rules is a very simple reason. The East is the weakest it's ever been in quite some time. And not only to sit there and say that, but I really think that they're going to change the playoff situation as far as conferences very soon after seeing this list right here. If you see the team with a basketball over it, that means that that team is not going to try to tank this year. Now, the unfortunate thing about the tanking that is going to be going on for this year is the fact that they're not going to have the same chances they were thinking about going into when they were trading away their all-star players, and now they have even a less chance to get it. As before, the top 3 teams combined had a 60% chance to actually get the first pick. Now they're getting a 42% chance, so that's a 20% decrease, and that's with all 3 of the worst teams combined together. So now it's an incentive not to tank, but it's a little too late for the teams that decided to trade away all their talent for basically nothing to restart. As far as the tanking rule and changing the percentages, I really thought that was necessary. As you saw, the teams that are trying to tank, it's too many, and that's just in the Eastern Conference. Now, of course, you have to very much consider the fact that if you're really thinking about it, then there's 9 teams in the East who are going to try to make the playoffs. That means there's going to be one team, only one, that's going to try to make the playoffs that won't make it. And that's just very sad. If it was one more, it's literally, if you want to make the playoffs, you're in the playoffs. There's no effort put into that if it's that easy. And with this way that they're all going to be tanking in a very unprecedented amount, you really have to think, how is the tanking even going to be? It's going to be interesting just to see how they're going to try to tank, because obviously the lower you are, the more chances you actually have of getting it still. But when you think about it, you're talking about teams going to try to lose the game at the end of the game more than anything else. Where before it was just, you have bad enough of a team that you're going to lose. Now it's, I have to be this bad. And that's just very sad to see. But guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and tell me what your guys' thoughts are on the tanking and the All-Star game. And subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta. We'll be right back.